Today we're going to create this New Year watercolor Instagram post in Canva. So from the Canva home screen, I'll go to Create, and then I'll go to Social Media, and then I'll click Instagram Post. And the first thing I'll do is to go to Elements and go to Graphics and type in watercolor paper background. And I'll scroll down and I'll choose this one here, right click and say Set Image as Background. Now we can click on that, go to Edit, go to Adjust, and we'll put the brightness up just to make it slightly lighter. Now I'm going to type in watercolor abstract background shapes, and I'll scroll down and I'm going to choose this one here, and then I'll turn it around, and then I'll go to flip and flip vertical. I can place that in the corner here and maybe just enlarge it a little bit. Next I'll scroll back up and I want to find a circular watercolor element. So we can click on one like this and just click on the three dots and say see more like this. And I'm going to choose this one here. And then I'll just put one in here. Go to position and say to back. Then I'll duplicate that and I'll put another one in here. And again say to back. And with this one at the front here, I'm going to go to transparency and just take the transparency down so everything fades in together. And I'm just going to make some of these a little bit smaller and just bring them in a little bit to this side of the page. Next I'll scroll back up and I'll click back, and I want to find more of a cloudy watercolor image like this one. I'll take that down to the bottom here, make it a bit smaller, and we can change the transparency of that a little bit. And again I'll duplicate that and I'll put one at the top as well, just turn it around and then go position to back, and then just change the transparency down a little bit more so it's really quite faded onto the background. Now I'm going to do something similar on this side, so I'll take this original piece again and duplicate it, and then I'm going to flip it vertically again, place it on the other side but put it in a slightly different position, and then I'm also going to duplicate and say flip horizontal, and then again put a little bit more at the top like this. Then at the side I'm going to find another circular piece again. We'll go for this one here, and I'm going to click on the color and just change it to a light yellow color, and also go to transparency and take that down a bit, and then just place it in this bottom corner here. And again I'm going to place one further up as well, and maybe just make it slightly smaller. However you feel fits on your particular image. Finally, I'm going to put some up the top here as well, so we can find perhaps another circle like this one here under Magic Recommendations, and I'll make that smaller, and I'm going to change the color of this to blue. So the easiest way to do that is to go to Edit and go down to Duotone under Effects, and then choose a color here. So we'll perhaps go for this one. And again I'm going to just take the transparency down slightly to about 75, place that in the top, duplicate, and I'll put another one here, and then also just take the transparency down a bit further, so around here. Now I'm going to look for watercolor dotted circle, scroll down, I'm going to choose this one here, and then I'm going to change the color of this to an orange color, so click on color and we'll go to orange here, and then we can just start to layer in some of these into the image. It's just an extra design feature. decide how you want them to look, and you can change the sizes of them as well. We'll put in some down the bottom here too. And you can also decide whether you want to change the transparency to make them slightly less obvious, whether you want to layer them behind some of the other shapes. So we could take this one we've currently got and put it behind both yellow circles, so it's just popping out. I'm also going to look for just some watercolor dotted squares. So we can scroll down. I'll take this one here, and then I'm going to select a particular portion of it by going to crop. Take a section of it that's kind of in the middle as opposed to opacity. Just going to have 3 rows and click done. Expand it a little bit and change the color of this to the orange color too. I'll just turn it around. Place one bit up the top here. Then we'll take this again and we'll duplicate it. Then we'll crop in again a little bit more and just take the last few 3 here. Click done. Rotate it around and place it up the top and just line it up with the other one. And then we can zoom out. And then you just may want to duplicate again. Take it down the bottom and flip it around to add it to be part of the design down here. Now I'm going to get some graphics for this as well. So under graphics we'll type in watercolor sun and find one that you like. I'm going to go for this one here and I'm going to place it in this top corner. Then I'm going to find a watercolor plant and scroll down, and I'll take this one here and I'm going to go to edit and again down to duotone, and I'll change it to blue. But you then may want to change these colors a little bit, so I'm going to make this bit slightly lighter and then maybe this bit slightly darker so there's more of a contrast. And then we'll just turn it around, make it smaller and fit it into the design where we want it to go. So I'll place it about here, and then I'm going to make sure that this yellow piece is in front of the plant. So we'll go to position, take the plant and make sure it's behind both of the yellow pieces, so then the stem fades in a little bit more. Next I'm going to add in a watercolor bird. So I'll scroll down and I'm going to choose this one here, make it a bit smaller, and then I'll go to flip horizontal and just fit that into the image. And then I'm going to put in watercolor flock of birds. I'll choose this one here and I'll just place that into the upper section here, and we can change the color to be the dark blue color again perhaps. And then in here I'm going to put my quote for the Instagram post. So I'm going to go to text, add a heading, and I'm going to change the font to Sunday. And again I'm going to change the color to the dark blue color. And I'll type in let the year take shape. Make sure it's aligned to the left. And I'm going to select the text, click on text color, go to the color wheel and just make it a little bit darker, but still keep the blue. And then I'll just make it smaller so it fits in. And then there's the second part of the quote, which can be one choice at a time. And for that second part, I'll start off by duplicating the text, and then I'm going to change the font to Magnolia script. And then I'm going to type in one choice at a time. And we'll put it across a couple of lines and make sure that it's aligned to the left as well. And then we'll put it across and make it slightly smaller so that it fits into the design. You may also want to make this text slightly lighter again, so go to the color wheel once the text selected and you can just bring up the brightness. And there we have our finished result, an Instagram post for the beginning of a new year to encourage people to let the year take shape one choice at a time. I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you today. Please do subscribe to the channel to learn more about Canva.